Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on uh, the Chris Rock situation, on the Chris Rock special, and what he said about Will Smith and Jada Smith and the family and their situation. So, what we are seeing here are two men who were publicly humiliated uh, by people they love. Now, Will Smith was publicly humiliated by his wife Jada when she had informed the world, or told the world, or told him, or he found out that Jada was sleeping with her son's friend, and she had an affair. Will Smith was humiliated. I believe, he thought that, Jada would feel a little remorseful about what she did, but she said that in an interview that she was glad that it happened because it made her a better person. So we know that Chris Rock was slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars last year. We know that Chris was publicly humiliated, by Will Smith doing that. People saying, "Oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. Why he didn't do this? Why he didn't do that?" and things like that. I got a new mole on my face. I really don't like it. Sorry. I just want to point that out. I did go to the doctors to. I just left the appointment. Yeah, I can't get it removed yet. But anyway, I feel that they were both publicly hurt, humiliated, embarrassed about the situation, about both their situations. Now, Will Smith, he was wrong for what he did. And Chris Rock's reaction on his latest Netflix special was wrong. He shouldn't have said that. A year has passed. But you know what? I think that they were both wrong. And if they continue to go back and forth, Chris said this about the family. Now their reaction to this and that is gonna get messy. It's gonna keep going back and forth. So, I mean, my thoughts are, Chris is hurt. Chris is hurt about the situation, and hurt people want to hurt people. Chris found the best way to get Will where it hurts and his family is by his comedic words, by his comedy. You know what I'm saying? And you can just tell that he was hurt and upset by the situation. He even said himself that he loved Will Smith. He was rooting for him. And I just think that Will Smith was just fed up with a lot that was going on in his marriage, in his family. I think that Chris Rock was going through a lot too, and he still is. You know what I'm saying? But I think that this should end. I think that they both need to just let it go. And like I said before, look, we are in the flesh. We do things. We want to retaliate. We want to the flesh wants to retaliate. The flesh wants revenge. And the flesh wants to do what it wants to do to satisfy the flesh. you know. And I feel like, what Chris Rock's response was not good, and is going to continue to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth unless someone sits down and talks to the other person. I think that Will Smith attempted to reach out to Chris, but I think now is the time in which both men need to sit down and just talk to one another. Um, Maybe in public, I don't know, in private, and then, show in public that that everything is squashed. You know what I'm saying? But we have to realize that vengeance is the Lord's. Romans 12, 19 through 21. It says that vengeance is the Lord. The Lord will make sure that there is a consequence for negative action. And as hard as it is to do, when someone hurts us, like someone that we care about, someone that, like the two black men in the industry, the two black men, I believe, striving together. You know what I'm saying? And when one uh, disrespects the other, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough, and it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to do this together. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make it together and support each other. You know what I'm saying? So, we just have to remember that vengeance is the Lord's, and we don't have to retaliate. We don't have to do the things that the other person did. I know that we want to because we're in our flesh, but we don't have to do that. It's very hard. It's very hard because there have been people in my life who have hurt me, and I distance myself from them. At times I don't want to talk to them. At times I don't want to support them. At times I don't even want to be around them. And I'm talking about people who are close to me. I'm talking about family members. Too. And I'm like, man, bump this, man. Like, I'm not supporting them. I'm not talking to them. They can, if they need something, I don't want to give it to them. They need to find another way, But, we for the Christians out there who are seeing this, we have to continue to just be in the spirit as much as possible. And it's hard to do that at times, but we have to stay in the spirit and not retaliate. I think Chris Rock would have gotten a great response from. I mean, he already got a lot of attention from this, and this dude is nosy. But he already got a lot of attention from his reaction. I think he would have got a lot more attention if he would have just said, "Hey, Will, look, man, I know that you're going through something, and you know what? I'm gonna pray for you, or, I hope all is well with you, man, because I know that there's something that you're going through." Now, I don't know if Chris Rock is a Christian or not. I don't know. I mean, Will Smith, I believe he said that he's a Christian, but I don't know. But yeah. So that's what I wanted to speak on. It's gonna keep continuing and continuing, going back and forth, unless someone puts a stop to it. Unless someone agrees to sit down with the other person talk it out. Amen. So for the Christians out there, vengeance is the Lord. You don't need to retaliate as hard as it is not to. We have to try not to. We have to engulf ourselves in the spirit, and just do the will of God, and we have to put on the armor of God and do what it is that He is asking us to do what it is that He is commanding us to do. Amen. God bless you all. Keep safe. God bless.